Good Sunday morning, friends. It's so nice to see you. Welcome to our village gathering. It's time for the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. Tarot Topics is a weekly newsletter, comes into your inbox every Wednesday. If you don't get it or if you haven't read it, there are links right in the description to subscribe and to read it. It's always archived on my website. This week's topic, if that regret that we have. If only I had done this, if only I had changed this, if only I had chosen this instead of that. Right, RSDSS, good morning. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a subscriber on Twitch. We really appreciate you. If only sounds like a good rom-com title, right? Right? And here's the thing, like I've seen myself do this and I see other people do it all the time, where we get this whole narrative in our head that if only this hadn't happened, the thing that would have happened instead would have been so preferable. But haven't we all seen the movie The Butterfly Effect? And I learn a lot of my lessons from fiction. I have to say, I think fiction tells a lot of truth. Um, so yeah, there's that. And there's the idea that when we live in regret, first of all, we're telling untrue narratives, number one. Number two, what if instead we told the story that at any moment we did the best we knew how to do with what we had? Like they say, hindsight is 2020, but that doesn't give us a lot of grace. So today, oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Oh my gosh. Okay. So our situation right now is that we are only portrait on YouTube due to a mistake that I made. I'm just going to own that. So if you're watching on horizontal OG YouTube, you're not seeing me, come on over to portrait. That's what's going on there. All right, so come see me there. That was my mistake. And I do want to let you know, like, if only I had hit the button correctly 5 minutes ago, we wouldn't be in this situation. So in real time, I have to practice what I preach and not beat myself up about it. That's what we're here to do. Right, if you want to see me in horizontal, come over on Twitch or on Facebook. There you go. Okay, so let's get going. Okay. I will take these in the order in which I see them. Once again, we are talking about regret. Okay. And I do want to remind all the members, we have a members only live stream on YouTube tonight. It will be on YouTube vertical and horizontal. I will hit the buttons correctly. And we're doing majors only readings, so please join us. All right, let's get going. Smile Soul 20, you're up next. You're up first. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. Thanks for being a moderator. All right. What does Spirit want me to know about my past love life? I think there's been a fair amount of heartache, to be honest. I think there's been a fair amount of heartache, and I think you've really tried to be present, but I also think you're trying to heal so that you can be open to a better future. I also feel like maybe you have trusted people that should not have been trusted, and I could say that about any one of us, right? So there's that. All right. Justine, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a moderator. We appreciate you. Okay. Lately, I've been realizing that I don't feel like I'm able to connect with my dad on the other side like I used to be able to when he first passed away. It feels like he gave up on me because my life has turned into such a shit show in the last 2 years. Is there a message from him for me now? So the first thing I would say, Justine, I don't think that's the kind of person he was in life. I certainly don't think that's the kind of entity he is now. I feel like you may be giving up on yourself, but don't put that on him. That's you. And I think it is really natural that when someone first passes away, that becomes our focus. Of course, what else are we going to be thinking about? So it becomes easy to connect because they're always on our mind. Once some time has passed and we have to go back to having a life, we're not as practiced at communicating. Like, I would think that would be the logical explanation. But let's see what the message is from Dad today. Dad sees your conflict, but he also sees that you're trying to ground, you're trying to do the right thing, you're trying to figure out what the right thing is, and you're trying to remember who you are. He wants you to know that he sees you, and when he looks at you, it is not a shit show that he sees. So I think he would like you to see yourself as he sees you. I think that's the message. Hey, TC, so good to see you. We're talking about regrets today. Let me know if you have a question. Spunky Funky Me, so good to see you over on Instagram. Let me know if you have a question. All right. Let's see. I see Mixuear up next. Okay, Mixuear. Here it is. This is an interesting one. Dad cluelessly sent me and my brother pictures of the family Rosh Hashanah dinner that my folks attended. I'm not sure if he knew, but neither of us were invited or knew about it. At first, I felt mostly hurt, but after a day or two of thinking about it, I actually found it funny that he did that. Neither my brother nor I would have gone anyway, given all the drama and given that Rosh Hashanah was on a work night. Reading this week's newsletter, it got me wondering how I can remember the past with family fondly, while not dwelling in the hurt, unsafety, sadness, and mistrust of the current situation. I just want to live a happy life. What wisdom can I glean from the Six of Cups and the Judgment card, which, thank you for reading the newsletter, Mixuear, Michelle. I spoke about those two cards as cards in tarot that very specifically talk about the past. And thank you for that follow, most appreciated. So thank you for reading the newsletter, Mixuear. And thank you also for the super chat. Really appreciate that too, Mixuear. And Mixuear goes on to say, I know Dad only had good intention sharing, so my question is not about that. I just don't want to feel triggered every time Dad mentions them. So here's what's going on in my brain right now about that, Mixuear, especially since you brought up the Six of Cups, which is like remembering the past, and it is supposed to be remembering the past fondly. But I would also have to think that with Judgment in there, it's remembering the past accurately as well. And so when you say, how can I reprocess the past to feel good about my family so I don't get triggered, even though my family some members of my family treat me objectively badly and other people are just really clueless. So my question is, are there happy memories here? Or is the better thing to do to reprocess and recognize that many members of your family have always been emotionally limited, clueless, and some of them self-centered, and none of that has anything to do with you. I would say, remember who you are. Like when you look back at your childhood, don't worry about them. Remember who you are. What were your favorite books? What were your favorite colors? What did you do for fun? When did you first discover that you like to sing? And remember your childhood where you're the main character. Don't worry about them. They've always been problematic. And I feel like that would do the thing, because if you're the main character, you don't have to worry if the supporting characters are supportive or not, because you're the main character. That's what I would have to say about that. Let me know what you think. All right. Hey, Jojo G, so good to see you. Over on Instagram, Spunky Funky Me, Jojo G. Let me know if you have questions today. Right, makes you ear. Make the good family memories be about you, not about them. You know, I think they've lost the privilege of that, in my opinion. All right. Spunky Funky Me over on Instagram. Could I have made better choices in my love life? I mean, in one way I could look at that and say, well, which one of us could not say that, right? Like, hormones do what hormones do. Could I have made better choices in my love life? I sometimes wonder about life turning out differently if I had gone with this other guy who you have. I sometimes wonder about life turning out differently if I had gone with this other guy who you have named. Okay, so let's play that out. Let's play butterfly effect, right? Man, that's what I should have called it. Butterfly effect with tarot. Okay, so let's do this. Let's play butterfly effect. What would have happened if you had pursued a future with this particular person? I don't know that you even need to be a tarot reader to recognize that you probably made the very right decision. You probably made the very right decision. Had you pursued that? Like, I think you have to thank your past self for recognizing that that would not have gone well. Spunky Funky Me, you made the right decision. Right, and doesn't that feel good? Right, this is where tarot can be so helpful. Jojo G, what do I need to focus on this coming week? I think, and this really goes to our topic today, there's a lot of ways that I think you have not been prioritized appropriately, you have not been treated appropriately. And I think you've been sort of absorbing that. And I think the focus needs to be on making sure you're treating yourself fairly and requiring that others do so as well. All right. Make sure I appreciate you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I see you, Kimmy, on Facebook. I see you, RSDSS, on Twitch. All right, so I am going right now to Kimberly, who is the medium that rocks, on Facebook. Next week is the anniversary of my divorce. I lost everything I built, a home, 2 healthy children. It all turned into a nightmare, and now I'm alone and too tired to care. I'm trying to keep going, but I'm feeling so much pain in being alone. Only my mediumship gives me meaning, and it's good that you have that. But here's the thing, and this is a perfect example. You don't have 2 healthy children. That was the whole problem. Like, the whole thing that helped you to see that you were living in an entirely different world than the rest of your family is that they wanted you to believe that one of your children was healthy when he certainly was not. And so I think this is where you're gaslighting yourself. And so I'm going to say, no, you lost nothing you built. You lost the illusion you had bought into. And I think the problem is you are, and I'm not, I'm not trying to deflect or deny the pain, but I feel like the real nightmare is the thing you left. And I think that for a long time you lived in that version of untruth, and then you saw the truth and had to react to the truth, and now you want to go back to the untruth and mourn the death of the untruth. And I think that's fair. I think we do need to mourn when what we thought was true turns out not to be true. So, what do the cards have to say about all of that? I mean, the bottom line is the reason you were susceptible to this entire situation is your family of origin and what they sort of caused you to believe. And so in seeing the truth, you really separated yourself from everyone who wanted you to buy into their falsehood, which was basically almost everyone in your life. And so it feels like loss because all of the people that you had believed were your supporters were actually your enslavers. And that's what you're really dealing with. So if you could see this story as your triumph coming out of falsehood and into truth, it might make the struggle a little, it might make the struggle feel a little more like it should, which is you're winning this. It's not easy, but you're winning. All right. Hey, Mrs. O, good to see you. Everyone joining over on Insta, let me know if you got a question. All right. Our SDSS over on Twitch. Here we go. I have a question for my friend M. She likes this person, but he's not making the first move, so she feels like giving up on that. Will she regret giving up on that? So the real question is this person into her? Like if she puts energy into this, this is a good question. Let's see. Here's what I'm going to say. I think this person is giving mixed messages, and I think it would be easy to say, well, this person is just shy. This person is just shy. We need to give this person a chance. And what I'm going to say, the way I read your friend, if a person does not have the courage to step up and ask her out or make a move, this person is too much of a wimp for her. No regrets. On to the next one. Bye-bye. That's how I feel. All right. And over on Facebook, so good to see you. JSS Sodi, you really just have to ask a question. We are talking about regrets. So let me know what question you have, and I'm happy to do it. Over on Twitch, hey TC, I also have a love question. I've worked really hard for the past 5 years of my relationship, and we're kind of rebuilding. I've always wondered if he's regretting it because I love him with all my heart. So I'm wondering about this question. Are we wondering if he's regretting the relationship or regretting some of his actions within the relationship? I feel like he's not good at communicating where his heart is. He's not even good at knowing where his heart is. But I feel like he doesn't want to do anything other than be with you and be grounded into a relationship with you. Like, I don't see regret there at all. I feel like this is where he wants to be. All right. Here we go. Caroline McLaughlin, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members only emojis. So, Caroline, I have to say, when I think about the topic of regret for you, the thing that is really solid in my mind about this is the fact that you have a good friend who is at the end of her life. And you are doing everything you can to be present with her and for her. So when she is on the other side, you will not regret anything. And that is the right thing. And I'm going to say further, Caroline, I think this is how you live your life. I think you live your life trying to do everything you can so there will be no regrets. Will there be regrets broadly in life? There always are. We're human. But you do a good job showing up to avoid it. So well done. All right. All right, here we go. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members only emojis. So here's the thing. You have people in your life who make you want to regret things. Like it's in their best interest for you to feel regret. So the most radical thing you can do is not feel regret when other people try to trigger that in you. People want you to regret your actions because they want you to serve them more than you serve yourself. We're not doing that. All right. Here we go. Madiha Ness, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. You're up next. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And thanks for using members only emojis. I used to have hope. Now I don't anymore, and that makes me sad. How can I recover? This is my judgment year. I have 4 more months of it. So far, I still feel like in ashes, no phoenix yet. What am I not seeing, learning, or how can I grow glorious feathers? I love that. I love that. It's all in what you tell yourself and what you choose to look at. Like we can look at the growth or we can look at the decay, right? We can look at what's going well and we can look at what's not going well. And I feel like you are hyper trained to look at what's not going. Sorry, I got distracted by a smart comment that I'm going to, give me a minute. I have to get myself back together. Nalini, you're not wrong. Okay, sorry. Ness, here we go. I apologize for that. Ness, you have been trained to ground into things that look like danger on the horizon. And so you are constantly looking for the problems, not because you're a negative person, but because it feels unsafe to you to not see the problems. I think you got to get to a place where you can see the problems, identify which ones are actual dangers that you can do something about, and compartmentalize the rest. Like you could use to learn how to compartmentalize better, and that would help you bring your hope back. Because there's just not room for hope in there because you're defending the perimeter. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Okay, yeah, Nalini, for sure. People sounds like your mom. Yeah, exactly. And then everyone else that came into your life because you were trained for that. Hey, TC, good, because I'm not letting him go. Good. Hey, TC, it is always my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. All righty. Up next, we got Liz Harrison. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Love the newsletter, especially because my oldest son, Ben, attends Whittier College. Oh my gosh. And obviously, I used a quote from Whittier to begin the newsletter. And I can't even say the quote, but it's the one of all the words of tongue and pen, the saddest is what might have been. I was pretty close. Okay. So Ben attends Whittier, which was named for the poet himself. That's so cool. My son plays soccer for the college, so representing as a poet was meaningful. As I shared the newsletter, I love that connection. Thank you so much for that, Liz. As I shared the newsletter with him as well, so thank you. It was a great conversation starter for both of us. My question, is there anything that would be helpful for me or Ben to know regarding this very topic? Thanks again. It hits close to home for many reasons. Got it. And Liz, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for the super sticker. Really, really appreciate that, Liz. That is very, very kind. Thank you. Okay, so Liz, for you, here's what you need to know. You have done everything you needed to do at exactly the time you could do it. As soon as you have space to do something, you do it. You do it. And so you got nothing to regret except things that are regrettable that are not your fault. For Ben is really trying to show up well in every single thing that he does. From athletics to academics to social, he's trying to make you proud. He's trying to make yourself proud. He's trying to make himself proud. What Ben needs to know is inevitably he will make mistakes because that is life. And he is not a person who likes to make mistakes. And frankly, which one of us have we ever met a personality, a person who likes to make mistakes? I don't think any of us does. I don't think any of us do. So Ben needs to know that it's okay if he makes a mistake. He's still a winner, even if he makes a mistake. All right. Oh, Mrs. O, love your lives. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Hey, over on Twitch, we have Lightseeker. Good to see you. We are talking about regrets today, Lightseeker. And when we look at you and the topic of regrets, you are also a person who really tries to show up as a winner. You try to do the right things. You try to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And I see myself in this too, right? Where you can get 99 things right, but that one wrong thing is going to be the one that gets to you. I feel like it's important for you to recognize that you need to be patient with yourself. Lightseeker says yes. All right. Liz, you are very, very welcome. Again, thank you for the super sticker. Ness, see you later today, friends. I will have major questions. Yes. If you are a member of my YouTube channel, or if you become a member of my YouTube channel between now and 7 p.m. Eastern Time this evening, you can join our members-only live stream. Internet and my own technology willing, I'll be broadcasting both vertical and horizontal on YouTube. And we'll be doing readings with the Major Arcana. That's what that is. So join us tonight. All right. Very good. Here we go. Jeannie Mnuchin, it is so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. I had another disappointment with an online brief connection. I feel nervous trying to enter another round of trying to create changes in my life because of many layers of disappointment. How can I best keep hope and excitement alive for a better outcome in romance, in career, and in community building? And may I say, I've heard something now a couple of times that I hadn't thought of before, and that is this. It is the idea that regret steals hope. That if we have regrets and disappointments, it's hard to be hopeful for the future. I guess that's logical, but I never really thought about it before. So isn't that interesting? Okay, here we go. So, keep hope and excitement alive for better outcomes in, that's a 3-card spread, romance, career, and community building. Okay. In romance, it's about staying present for yourself and with who you are and being open, recognizing that it only takes one good connection to make a difference. In career, I think it's about not focusing on what hasn't happened and focus instead on what has happened and what you're doing. And in building community, believe it or not, you are doing it. It is taking time. And I think a lot of that just has to do with what has been true since you moved to Massachusetts, having nothing to do with yourself, but you're doing it. So I feel like it's about not reflecting on regret of things that did not happen in order to give hope for the future. All right. All right. Seraphim Dreams, so good to see you over on Twitch today. We are doing readings on regrets and the butterfly effect. So, Seraphim Dreams, when I look at you, I feel like you like to play things really carefully. You want to make sure you don't make mistakes, and sometimes that keeps you stuck where you're not doing everything you want to do because you're afraid you're not going to do it well or it's not going to go well. I would say it would be better to just put it out there and don't worry. All right. Jenna Perkins, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. It is good to see you. Is learning Reiki aligned for me at this time? Damn straight it is. Would anyone look at this and say, yeah, no, don't do it? I would say do it and do it now and do it and do it and do it. Yes. Terry Rosario, my good friend, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Happy my mom and I reconnected before her physical health took a severe turn and became closer before she passed. Wish I could communicate with her spirit energy. Please do the cards. Please, do the cards have any news on how to communicate with her? Oh, cool, cool. So tarot mediumship is a thing. And I think you could literally use the cards to help do that. But let's ask the cards, what is the best way for you to welcome her, invoke her, tap into her energy, hear her messages, feel her presence? And, you know, here's the thing that I think we need to remember here. Like, the reason that you were not connected to your mother for a period of time is because she needed a metric F-ton of healing, which is what I think she is working on right now. She appreciates that you're holding space for her. She appreciates that you are remembering her fondly. She, however, is working to become the entity of spiritual grace that she was not able to be in life. So it's not surprising that it's harder to feel that connection right this minute, because her energy is not as much with you as it is with healing, which is what she needs to be doing. However, you can connect with her best, I think, in nature. When you feel grounded to nature, I think she's someone who appreciated the natural world. When you are grounded to nature, she can appreciate that with you. And I think you can feel her presence that way. Would it help to do tarot? I think learning tarot mediumship is something that would be really good for you to do, generally speaking. And I think over time, with or without the cards, you will develop better communication with her. Oh, Mixuir, the kitties are here. Greta and Garbo are here sending positive kitty energy. We love that. We love that. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, Terry's so on point. She had so much child trauma and needs that healing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Donna, good to see you. Oh, Jenna, thanks. I'm going to start that today. You know, I love the idea of the sun being like today because the day is between like the time the sun comes up and goes down. So the sun comes up, do it today. And also the idea of the sun as make hay while the sun shines. That's fun too, right? All right, here we go. Heather Roberts. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting a conversation there. Nice to see you, Heather. I will find your question when I see it. Okay. And up next, I see Michelle F. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. I know I did the best I knew how to do at the time with my son. He's my oldest child. So I feel like I did things better with my daughter. Right, your son is the burnt pancake. Like that's real. The first kids are the burnt pancake. I know I can't change things now and try not to live in regret. I find that I want to try to bring up some of that with him, though, to try to clear the air. He doesn't seem to be mad at me, and we have a healthy relationship. What does the universe want me to know about this situation and how to best continue having a healthy relationship with him? Well, that's interesting. Like, there are so many adult children who need to talk to their parents about things that don't sit right with them and their parents can't hear them. Here you are with things that don't sit right with you and your kids seemingly not having an issue with it. So when we look at your son loves you and is perfectly happy. Like, you have regrets that your son does not have. And so you can't put this on him. What you can do is say, look, if on your journey through life, you have questions or wonder why I did things that I did, obviously, in retrospect, I feel like I might have done some things better or differently if I had known better. So feel free to come to me with those questions. But you're good. Like, we don't have an issue here. Hey, RKFBE, good morning. Good morning. Let me know if you have a question. We're talking about regrets today. And Michelle F, yeah, I mean, you're in the best of situations here. It's good. Forgive yourself and be grateful. All right. GM Marcus, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. May I have a card for my romantic regrets and if they can be overcome and dreams achieved? So romantic regrets, like, I think every single one of us, like, I remember my mother in her 60s, while happily married to my adoptive father, calling me up to have a conversation about her love life regrets. No shade on my dad. So yeah, I think we all have them. Because love and sanity don't necessarily always go together. I don't know. So what I can say about regrets from the past, I can guarantee you there is no one from the past that got away that you should have been with. I can guarantee you that. There probably is at least one person who made your life hard that it would have been better if you didn't have to deal with them. There's that too. Now, can dreams be achieved? Damn straight they can be. Yes, 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 but it's not the dream necessarily for a specific person. It's a dream for a specific kind of relationship. And let's not have that be a dream. Let's have it be a reality, because why not? It can be. Okay. RKFBE, I am happy to do this. A relationship situation with your daughter. I'm not sure if that's like your relationship with your daughter or a relationship your daughter's in. So I'm going to look at it from both angles. When we look at your daughter and your daughter's life, your daughter is trying to do the right thing and make the right decisions, but objectively, some of the things your daughter thinks would be the right decisions may not be. And that may cause her to be very, very defensive and very, very angry. From a parental perspective, you have to give her the freedom and respect that allows her to make some mistakes and keep her safe as much as you can at the same time. It is not easy. She may be on the verge of, or actually already doing some things that you and maybe the rest of us are aware, not great. Don't take it personally. Don't be afraid. And don't let your judgment make it worse. Be a safe space for her when it goes to hell, because you know it will. All right. Oh, GM Marcus, you rock. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right. Oh, I love you, Mixuir. Barbie, I was just about to message you that C is live. Yay. Okay. Barbie Bird. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Such a big topic. I'd love a reading from Spirit. What do I need to know about possible regrets in my life? Well, you were raised to have regrets and to be afraid of regrets and to do nothing because you might screw it up. Like that's an energy that was with you from day one that you are now like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So you are actively working to change that energy. Tell me what you think about that, Barbie Bird. I think you're doing a fabulous job not being that way, as you were raised to be. It's about learning to trust yourself and learning that if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, and learning that you're not likely to make more mistakes than any other person in the world. Oh, Michelle F., thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate that. And Barbie says, seriously, my gosh, everything felt big and scary as a kid. And there's still a part of you that is living there. And I think, for whatever reason, your parents did not have the ability to help you navigate the scary world in a way that felt safe. And so now you have to learn how to do that for yourself. All right. Donna DiStefano, thanks for being a new member here. We appreciate you. Okay, reading today on your shaman path. I think it's a path you want to stick to. And I think it's a path that is probably connecting you to something that feels really deep in your own ancestry and sense of self. And I think it's also opening you up psychically, just saying. Oh, Barbie Bird, yeah, or unattainable. And yeah, definitely learning that it's okay to try new things, and I'm okay. I turned 63 in October, and I am just now being like, oh, I could learn to do that. This would be within my skill set. Yeah, the sooner we can do that, the better. All right, hey, Joanne Laeza over on Facebook, so good to see you. What can you tell me about my regrets? I can tell you that you grew up in a household where you got hammered on it, where when something bad was happening, it's very likely there was someone being like, well, what did you do that for? Why did you do that? Which only makes it worse. And so I think you have to learn to be kind to yourself. When something doesn't go your way, whether it's your fault or not your fault, doesn't really matter, because I think we have to live with the idea that you always do the best you know how to do in every moment. And if you can believe that, then you don't need to deal with regrets. Let me know what you think about that. Yeah, Spunky Funky Me, go ahead. Go ahead. And RKFBE trying to keep her safe. I got it. I understand so clearly how hard that is. Yep. All right. Right, Barbie Bird, they didn't know any better. Right, exactly. It's not about vilifying the parents. It's about recognizing what you have to do in response to their deficits, which, by the way, like we all give our kids something to tell a therapist. Like that's every one of us, right? All right. Kathy, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And thanks for using members only emojis. I have had such a difficult time letting go of regret, and I always enjoy reading your newsletter. Well, thank you. Speaking about letting go of regret, I think it's because you've got this narrative in your head, and it is the narrative of it would have been better if only, like it is that narrative, or it would have been better if only I had. And I think if you can let go of those narratives, and some of that's forgiveness too, it would have been better if this other person hadn't. So it's about forgiving yourself and others. And the more you can do that, the better. All right, back onto Instagram. Spunky Funky Me, did we do the right thing by putting mom on the ventilator? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did we prolong her suffering? I think you did the only thing you could have done. And if you were able to ask her, she would have appreciated that you did every possible thing. So it's not about prolonging her suffering. It's about not knowing what the outcome was going to be, trying everything to keep her with you before you had to let her go. You did the right thing without question. Without question. All right. All right. Juby Wright, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members emojis. Members only emojis. I sustained an injury because of a misjudgment back in February. I don't feel the same in my body at the moment, and I wonder if I will heal in time. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole kind of regret we have. Like, damn, I should have seen that step before I tripped over it, right? I mean, we can be really hard on ourselves as regards injuries and illnesses, right? So you'll heal. You're getting there. It's taking time. It's a little bit at a time, but it is happening. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like you are healing. And I feel like it's a lesson in patience. And there it is. And we are all sending you healing. Okay. Aura Spiritual Wellness over on Instagram. A card to guide me if I'm making the right decision about something in my professional life right now. I would, if it is a decision to manage something that is difficult and make something better, then yes, it is a good decision. Yes. Oh, and Spunky Funky Me, that's exactly what we were trying to do, right? Right? Okay. Here we go. Laughing Cap, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'd love a reading from Spirit regarding what I should know about my past relationships. What you should know about your past relationships is you had some nice connections, but not sustainable. You did a really good job trying to show up, to do the work, to take care of people, to be patient, to be creative. You did all the right things. You were just trying to do them with the wrong people. I could say that for a lot of people, though, including myself. I mean, not for a long time, obviously, but, you know, we all have a history. Okay. Anna Kay, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Can I please have a card on the subject to avoid future regrets? So, you know, there's two things there. There's how do you make your best decisions, and then there's how do you process your past in a way that's healthy. So going forward, you make your best decisions when you take time and consider all angles and see yourself as strong and capable. That's how you make your best decisions. When you process the past, You do it best by being loving towards yourself about it, recognizing that you need to give your younger self grace because you always were operating from the best place you knew how to in that moment. Oh my goodness, Juby Wright, thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really, really appreciate that. That is so kind. Thank you. Wendy Robeson, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for being a moderator. I've had some painful childhood and married life, from challenges with religion and being programmed into their beliefs. How can I look at this with kinder eyes to be able to get through? Or around the anger I feel toward this. I'm not sure the anger is a bad thing. And I think the anger needs to be directed not at the people, but at the patriarchy that created high control religious abuse. And I think that you have to, like, I wouldn't get rid of the anger. I don't think you need to be kind about this. I think that you can regret the fact that you're the only one in this picture who had the brain power to be able to see past the lies and the programming. I think you can have a huge amount of gratitude for yourself being able to do that. And you can forgive the people, the husband, the family, whatever. You can forgive them for their inability to do that. But I think that's the kindest that you need to be. The rest of the anger is directed at the patriarchy, which we work to bring down every day. Thank you very much. What do you think about that? All right. Vaishali, so good to see you. I think this is actually a good topic for you because I think you have anxiety about regrets from the past and worry about creating more regret for the future. And so what that means is you don't do anything. You are stuck in regret and worry about regret to the point that it's hard for you to do anything. If you could let go of the idea of regret and just trust yourself to show up the best way you know how, things would do very well. You would do very well. All right. Heather Roberts, I knew you were here and I'm happy to see you. Thanks for being a member. For many years since my 20s, I've practiced no regret. Do the cards show any regret I'm suppressing and should pull up and work through? It's a good practice. I like that. Actually, I think you do a really good job with this. I think you're doing a good job. And I love that. I think we should all adopt that, the idea of practicing no regret. All right. All right. Jackie Masters, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years, and thanks for using members only emojis. A lot of regrets in my life. Is the direction I'm taking in my life taking me to a better life? It is, and I feel like most of the regrets are not your fault, and even the ones that are, you were doing the best you knew how to do. But I think you're making clear decisions that will move you forward in a positive way. And in the end, that's what matters. Betty Flesher, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. What regrets should I let go of and move on from? Every single one of them. Let's go back to Heather's idea that we practice no regrets. Every single one of them. It's not that there is one that really sticks out. You don't, like, Betty, in your life, when you look back, you will more regret the things you didn't do than the things you did. Use that as an inspiration going forward. Oh my goodness, Donna. Thank you for being a new member and thank you for the super sticker. Oh my goodness, Donna. Thank you for being a new member and thank you for the super sticker. All right. Oh, oh, it seems as though we are off the air. So I will just say goodbye and thank you so much to everybody. Oh, I'm back? Am I back? Apparently I'm back. Woohoo! All right, we're back. We were gone and now we're back. Whoa, good, good, good. So thank you to everyone with super chats and super stickers today. Really, really appreciate it. Wow. And I'm on regular YouTube too? How interesting. How interesting. And regular, not vertical. Oh, no, that's not you back. That's replay. But clearly we're having some kind of conversation. So Dorella, let me do your question. Because apparently I'm somehow somewhere back. So Dorella, I saw you had a question. Did TL know that I was at the restaurant last night? Yes, and I feel like they didn't like it. They knew you were there and didn't like that you were there. We're multidimensional, says Della. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. All right. Very good. So, being that we are back, Jackie Masters, I got you. I got you. Who haven't I gotten to? Okay. Who haven't I gotten to? I feel like we are coming to last call. I got Jackie Masters. All right. My friends, Tarot by Bianca over on Insta. Did you have a question? I feel like we are at, oh, and Wendy, you think I got everyone? Della, we're talking about regrets. Theranaya, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. How is regret affecting my life? Is it my regret or other people's I'm picking up on? And what should I do moving forward? Regret. Just give it all love. And if, like, I think that you are hard on yourself, I would say stop being hard on yourself and just give yourself love and give others love and let that be. I think when regret comes into it, it makes you feel bad about you. And there it is. You know, that's the bottom line. Okay. Okay, and Donna, I see something there, but I'm not sure what I'm seeing. We are at last call. So let me know if you have further questions. Oh, Della, I regret not doing more younger. Wasn't all my fault though. But what do I do now and how? Does that work? Yeah. Absolutely, it does. And what I'm going to say, you're right, it wasn't your fault. And honestly, I think we all have that regret. You know, we all have that coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, it's like Taylor Swift on Midnights going back and writing another song about giving it up to John Mayer when she was 19. I feel like we all do this. But at the end of the day, Della, you more than anyone I know has done the best you can to rise up in difficult situations with difficult issues attached. So that's what I have to say about that. Oh, Wendy, thanks for saying this. Wendy has gifted a membership to Theranaya, and Wendy reminds Theranaya and everybody else, we have a members only live tonight. And since you have a membership right now, please come join us. Yes, indeed, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Readings with the major arcana. There it is, Juby, right. Youth is wasted on the young. You know, we don't even know what that means until we get old enough to know what that means. Right? Right? Oh, Donna, there it is. Thank you. I loved it. I was asking the question about what my mother said to me on her deathbed. Okay. Oh, Juby, I'm only turning 36 in October, but I still feel that way. Happy October birthday. I'm an October birthday as well. Donna, I was asking about what my mother said to me on her deathbed. And I want to handle this question appropriately. I'm not sure if you don't know what she said or you want help processing what she said. And I'm not sure, like, here's mom, but I'm not really sure what to do with this. So if you could reiterate that question either now or tonight, if you can join us, that would be great. Okay, got Theranaya, got Della. RKFBE, what can I do to cultivate more genuine relationships? I seem to not feel that from those around me. Am I getting the right vibe? It's about your relationship with yourself. Be more grounded and comfortable with yourself, and everything will fall into line. And so, Donna, I feel like I'm leaving you undone. Are you still here? And if not, if we could do that question tonight or another time, I would sure like to, because I think there's something to dig into there, and I want all the right information to do it. All right. Yes, indeed, Juby. Let's celebrate October for sure. All right. My friends, at this point, I'm going to say, okay, good, Donna, thank you. Perfect. I'm going to say thank you, everyone. I am available for readings. Reach out. Wendy has dropped a link. There is a link in the description. Reach out, book your session. I can see you today, tomorrow, you name it, we'll do it. If you're a member, join us tonight for our members only live stream. Thank you to the people helping out with super chats and super stickers. Thank you to the control room helping us out with some tech issues. Thank you. And I will look forward to seeing you all tonight. Really appreciate all of you. Of course, special shout out to the members and the moderators as well. Y'all are fabulous, and I appreciate you. No regrets spending this time with you. Thanks so much.